Hey there, let's go ahead and get a message for either the upcoming week. My first intention was to do a weekly reading, but I feel like this might be just kind of in general for any time kind of a reading. So if you'd like to use this reading for the upcoming week, or if you're coming across this at a later time, just know that there's a message in here for you. So go ahead and pick your pile. So this is going to be pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. So just fill into what pile resonates with you, and we'll go ahead and get started. Welcome in, pile 1. So let's get a message for you for either this upcoming week or just in general. I feel like these messages are going to be more timeless rather than for this particular week. So welcome in. Today is July 7th, 2024. And let's see, what message do you need to know at this time? Welcome in, pile 1. I hope you are doing well. Thanks for being here. So we'll go ahead and do 6 cards. Message for you. What does pile 1 need to know at this time? What does pile 1 need to know? I keep hearing acceptance. So we'll see what this is about. Move this stuff over. What is coming up for pile 1? And thanks so much for being here. All right. Let's actually go ahead and do this. Oh, nice. So we're starting off with the sun. So happiness, joy, well-being, and again, I keep hearing that acceptance. So we'll dive into that and see if we can figure out, what are you accepting? This also feels like coming to peace with what is. That could be part of that acceptance too. But I love that we're starting off this reading with the joyful energy of the sun, illumination, clarity, things being brought out into the open. Also just enjoying life, enjoying the simplicities of life. And we've got the Page of Pentacles. So we definitely have a lot of earth energy coming through here. So what is it that you're getting excited about? This feels like a new endeavor, or it could be something new that you're learning, or a new hobby, or something that you're really excited to bring into creation, something that you're excited to learn about. I'm really noticing in both of these cards, a lot of the red colors are really standing out to me. So that is really being very grounded about your passions, but tapping into your passions, tapping into your creativity, and all of the joy that can come in with that. I'm also feeling what can help you feel lighter while still being grounded, bringing in a lighter energy. So I feel like if there's a hobby or an endeavor or something that brings you a lot of joy that you can put your focus towards, I feel like that's really going to help lift you out of any heaviness that you might be feeling. And we've got the 8 of Cups, but it is in reverse. So, and I feel like this is where that acceptance part is coming in. This almost kind of feels like, for some of you, you've been, I don't want to say you've been running away from yourself, but you've been avoiding yourself, maybe avoiding your feelings, feeling like if you, I don't know, if you change this or if you do that different, that you'll feel different, things will change, and you're coming to the realization that you really have to sit with yourself and get very clear about what's going on with you, and that outside influences aren't going to change that. I do feel like there's some inner work that is coming up for you, and I feel like that's where the hobby part and the creativity can be very helpful, because when we are in our creative mind, it can tap into really deeper parts of ourselves. It can help you make sense of that. But then if you're processing a lot of heavy emotions, having a creative outlet also helps to lift and lighten that heaviness. So let's see what else is going on here. The moon, very interesting. So that's under the sun. And like I was saying, I'm really feeling like there's a lot of clarity that's coming in to your awareness. There's a lot of, and I feel like this is more you are learning more about your inner landscape, what's going on in your mind, how your mind and how your thinking affects how you feel. For some of you, this feels like you are coming to terms with where maybe you've been, I'm just gonna say it, where maybe you've been kind of a jerk in the past. This feels like coming to a realization with that, and deciding that you don't want to exist like that anymore. You don't want to live like that anymore. You want to embrace all parts of you. This isn't shaming yourself. This is just getting very real at becoming very real with what needs to change in your life. And you're mature enough and smart enough to know that you have to, it starts with you. So this does feel like some pretty heavy soul searching, but you're definitely ready for it. You're definitely ready to kind of dive deeper into yourself and see what you've been hiding from yourself, or see maybe what you haven't been wanting to look at, so that you can step more into your greatness. And this truly is a blessing. I mean, when you get to this place, and I feel like everyone, well, if you are on a spiritual path, or you are just really into learning more about yourself, becoming the best you that you can be, at some point there are those major realizations where it comes to full light, and it becomes so clear that, oh my gosh, like I've been a real jerk in the past, or I could have done that way better, or if I don't operate from that same way of being as I did in the past. I mean, this is a normal process that everybody goes through if they choose to live a more fulfilling, enriching way, enriching life. You're not trying to hide or run from yourself anymore. And I feel like that's what this Eight of Cups was talking about. There's nowhere left to hide. And things are coming, they're being brought up, they're being brought to your awareness, so you can have healing around that. This could also be to realizing that you quite often set yourself up for failure by limiting yourself, having limiting beliefs about yourself, but also being around people that don't ask much of you. Being around people that don't ask much of themselves. So it's really easy to kind of set the bar low and not really push yourself. Let's see what else we've got going on. Yeah, Judgment. So Judgment coming in under this Page of Pentacles. But Judgment here, and I'm really feeling this with the Moon, it's not about criticizing yourself or being mean to yourself or to anyone else. It's looking at what isn't working in your life. It's a review, so you can do things differently. I feel like you guys are really ready for a big change. You're tired of being and doing life the way you've been doing it. So you are getting very real about your situation, about your life, and you're ready to make some big changes here. And where it's under the Page of Pentacles, this could also be reviewing work, education, the way you make money. This could even just be the way you're living your life, where you're living, your living situation, your relationships. It almost just feels like getting back to basics and getting a living from a more intentional, grounded way of being. And again, this feels more like you making these changes with you. And on the bottom of the deck here, we have the Five of Swords. So this to me is telling me that you are tired of, I mean, this is grief, and I felt that when I was shuffling these cards. It's like pile one, there's a lot of grief here. You're ready to heal from that. You're ready to move on from that. I am not that you can escape grief necessarily, especially if it's regarding the loss of a loved one. That isn't something that you can, you learn how to move through that and process that, but you're never going to get away from that, you know. But I feel like this is realizing that, okay, what can I change? How can I bring more happiness and joy into my life? How can I process sadness and grief, depression? What can I do for myself? How can I better myself? So that to me feels like kind of the main theme of this whole reading. And I love that we have the Sun card coming in here, just reminding you, despite what you might be going through, there is happiness, there is joy. You can feel that again. There are ways out of the stuck place that you've been, but it does start with you. And we have Temperance, Temperance in reverse. So Temperance speaks of moderation, patience. It's almost kind of a slow and steady movement, but it's moving towards a way of being that is more in line with your spirit, more aligned with your soul mission. It's moving with a purpose. I mean, you can tell like this cat has like a lot of focus here. So I feel like this is just kind of another nod to this Judgment here, as far as reviewing what needs to change, where do you need to. It's almost like where can you have more flexibility? Um, are you listening to that inner voice? Are you listening to your soul, to your spirit? Because I feel like you're getting some very clear messages as far as what needs to change and what you need to do, what actions you need to take. But it's almost like you've just not wanted to take that action. It's almost kind of like you're stalling here a little bit, or you're lacking that flexibility. So I would say really just tap into, listen, trust your intuition, trust that inner voice, because your spirit team is really trying to move you in a place where you're feeling more fulfilled. You can take purposeful action. You're not just living day to day, like it's Monday. On Mondays I do this, Tuesdays I do that. It's not that. It's really living a more deep, purposeful life. And I feel like you're getting a lot of messages about that. I'm also going to say with Temperance here, this is just another nod to tap into that creativity. How can you honor your creativity? How can you honor yourself, your feelings? What can you do to help? Um, this is taking action that is fun, creative. Doesn't necessarily have to be arts. It could be something else. But what can you do for yourself that is just for you? That is an action, something that you're doing that will help you feel better. And that's why I say creativity, because that's also really going to help you tap into your internal guidance system too. So this could also, be dance, music, arts. It doesn't have to be, like drawing or painting, you know, really kind of thinking out of the box here. But you've got some big cards. I mean, this whole bottom row is major arcana cards. There's big energy. So this is a big shift. This is a big change that's coming in, and it's to move you through your grief. It's to help you process depression, process grief, process, you know, any stuck energies, but it's really going to ask you to be present, be in your body, and to feel. This isn't escaping our emotions. I'm also going to say that for some of you, if you are, if you've been, you know, thinking about sobriety, or maybe just drinking less, or maybe you're trying to get off drugs, I don't know. But this is a positive, what do I want to say? There's a shift coming with that. There is a shift, there is a change coming your way, because you're not going to be able to numb out anymore. And I don't think you want to. I feel like you want to feel more like this cat, curious, excited, in wonder, happiness, you know, joy, energy. So you're ready to make that shift. So there's definitely some big energies coming in here to help shift that for you. And what I will say is you can work with these energies and it can be a smoother process, or you can push against it like you've been doing, and it could be a kind of a rough go. So embrace the change and know that it's happening to help you live a more happy, purposeful life. So the other thing I want to say too is on Judgment, you have an angel on this card, and Temperance usually has an angel on it in the original tarot deck. So I also just want you to know that you are protected, you are loved, your angels and guides are stepping in very close, so ask for their help. And let's go ahead and get a final message here for pile 1. And I'm just sending you a lot of love, pile 1. You can get through it. There are brighter days ahead. And in the meantime, try to find the most joy that you possibly can in your day. Do something nice for yourself. Say something nice to yourself. Keep it very simple. Okay, so final message here for pile 1. And if there's a situation that you'd like to dive into deeper, my info's below, so you can book a one-on-one. Oh, look at that. We've got the card that says peace. It's card number 28. Connected, journey, balanced, and clearing. And I feel like those are all the things that you are doing. You're connecting with yourself in a deeper way, connecting with nature, connecting with your spirit guides, moving through your journey, processing all that you are learning, staying very balanced, clearing the energy, but you're ready for a fresh start. And with this white, a lot of the white energy here, that to me is calling in a fresh slate, a clean slate, starting new. And then we have the rainbow energy coming in, which helps bring balance to your chakra. It helps to bring balance to all areas of your life. So I also see the rainbow energy as an energy that it really helps to boost you and to charge up your energy. So if you've been feeling kind of stagnant, tired, uninspired, that is shifting. So thank you so much for being here, pile 1. If you like this video, please like it. Take care of yourself, and we'll see you soon. Welcome in pile 2. Let's see what message Spirit has for you. I had intended these to be a weekly reading, but I feel like these are going to be more of a timeless reading. So a message for any time, or you can use it as a message for this upcoming week, however you would like to do that. I am recording this on July 7th, 2024. But just know if you're finding this reading, there's a message here for you. So pile 2, what do you need to know? A message from your guides. And what I was hearing at the very beginning was uncovering truth. So let's go ahead and do pull 6 cards, see what's coming up. Thanks so much for being here and for watching. And I hope that you are well. So pile 2, message for pile 2. It also feels like a shift in doing things differently. There's an energy of change here. So let's see pile 2. What is going on for pile 2? And at the bottom of the deck, we have the Magician. And it says, the card says willpower and creation. But this feels like alchemizing your feelings, your situation, making the most of what you have. You working with what you have and what you know at this time. So let's see what else we have going on here. But I love that. I love that we have the Magician at as kind of the base energy here. That's a really great place to start. That also gives me the idea and sense that you guys are ready to make some changes. You're ready to do things differently. You're open-minded, and you're in a very creative place. So let's see what we've got going on. The Hanged Man, yeah, that's kind of what I was talking about. So interesting, pile 1 had a lot of major arcana cards. Pile 2, you're starting off with 2 major arcana cards. So this is big change, and these are big shifts coming in. This isn't just like the day-to-day energy. And if you see smoke, I have incense. So I don't know if that's coming through on the camera. So the card says patience and perspective. And that's really kind of what I'm feeling here. It's almost like you guys are assessing where you're at, assessing where you want to go, assessing how you want to feel. And you're just kind of looking at, okay, what is here? What do I have? What is my perspective on things? I feel like pile 2, you guys are asking yourself a lot of questions too, trying to get clarity about how you want to move forward, what that looks like for you, and then just using what you have, working with what you have. This is a lot of inner reflection and a lot of inner work. But I feel like you guys are here for it. You're ready for it. Even though you might not know where it's going to take you, you're ready. You're ready to do things differently. So I love that Hanged Man. And that also that's also an energy that is not asking you to rush forward. It's asking you to take your time, to be very reflective, to listen to your intuition, and be open. Be open to any ideas. You're sifting through. I feel like you guys are sifting through thoughts, ideas, information, and you're seeing what you've got. What are you working with? Look at this. We've got transformation. My gosh, you guys. So this in the traditional tarot would be the Death card. So transformation, transition. But what I'm really feeling here is liberation. What are you liberating yourself from? I really get this sense of you guys lifting yourself up. It's almost like you guys are being lifted up. You're being, and I feel like pile 2, I feel like this group here, you guys have been doing a lot of inner work, a lot of reflection. You're open to changes, and I feel like the universe is responding to that by helping bring in new shifts. So maybe that's you're moving, you're changing locations, maybe it's a new job, or you're being liberated from relationships that have been keeping you stuck. I don't know what that is for you, but there's definitely, it's like you're being lifted up and almost like moved to another place, a different energy that is more aligned with who you are and where you are. So now we have the 8 of Acorns. I love this eel on here. So this is fire energy in this deck. Acorns represent fire. So we've got the 8 of Acorns, and I feel like this is, you guys are very determined. it's a very determined energy. You're ready to make change. You're ready to move forward. But this is also recognizing that you've got to have good boundaries. So I feel like that's also part of this hanged man energy, is figuring out, okay, where do I need boundaries? Where could I have healthier boundaries? What is my focus? What is my priority? What is it that I want? What are you working towards? Because I feel like you're being asked to, well, one, be persistent, which I feel like you guys are very persistent, but getting very clear, so you're not just, taking action and doing all of these. You're not taking meaningless action. You're being very intentional, and you're being very purposeful, because you only have so much energy, right? And you don't want to burn yourself out. Some more fire energy. So we have the Four of Acorns, and it says comfort and community. And I really feel like that is this is one of your main goals: finding comfort and community, finding a place that you can put down roots, a place where you know that you belong, where you feel very comfortable. You're creating that type of life for yourself, and I feel like that's one of the things that you are working through. One of the things you're processing is, what does that look like for you? You could be entering a different phase of your life. Maybe, I don't know, maybe your kids are grown and gone, and so you're transitioning into an empty nester type of a lifestyle, or maybe you are graduating high school and you're moving into college this year. So it's transitioning into the next phase of your life. These are big changes. And how do you want that to be? And what are you working towards? I feel like there's some very there's definitely one or two major goals that you're working on, and or desires that you're wanting for yourself. And then we have the 10 of Crystals, which is the 10 of Pentacles in the regular deck. I love this. It's stability and attainment. So where you're going to be finding a lot of transformation is, you're really looking forward. Like, this is future. This is, when we're speaking about roots, this is investments, investing in your future, legacy, family, money, making long-term investments, making long-term, what is going to stand the test of time. I feel like the goals and things that you guys are working on, they're not superficial, and these are things that are going to set roots or deepen roots for your future and for generations to come. You're not just thinking of yourself, you're thinking of the big picture. How can you bless yourself and also bless the people that you love and you care about? So I do feel like there's transformation here coming in with money, with home, family connections. This could also be just getting your will in order, or you're taking care of investments, you're taking care of financial matters. But these are long-term goals. These are long-term situations here. You're setting yourself up for the future. Oh, nice. And we've got the Five of Shells. So this would be the Five of Cups in the regular tarot deck. And I love this Five of Cups. It's hope. It says hope and readjustment. And that's what I really love. So no matter what kind of challenges you've been going through, no matter, if you've gone through a devastating loss, or you've had a lot of financial hardships in the past, this is shifting. You're shifting in a new direction. getting very clear again about what it is that you want and what you have. What are you working with, and how can you grow that or make the best of that? How can you use what you have to benefit you right now? And I love this card of hope and readjustment. Um, because you've got a long-term plan, an idea, you can see, you can visualize the way you would like your future to be. um, and I love that you have that in your mind. Now it's a matter of, okay, here's where I'm at, and how do I go forward from this place? And I can tell you that with all of the major arcana cards that you have here, the universe is setting you up for success. So expect helpful people to come into your life. Expect doors to be opened for you. And I love that there is just a lot of hope coming in. So if you're feeling overwhelmed, or if you're feeling like things can't shift, they're going to. They are shifting, and the universe is responding to your desires and to what your soul is asking you to bring in. I love this too, because this pile two, you guys have a very earthy, family oriented type of energy, long-term goals, wanting comfort, wanting success, but really, and also wanting stability, but wanting joyful interactions with community. So this could also be a business that you're wanting to set up, or a charity that will benefit other people as well. So I really love that energy. So let's go ahead and pull. Let me just look at something here. I love that we've got the 12 and 13 here. So this is a step-by-step forward moving action. It's one thing at a time. There is a lot of change happening here. There is a lot of transformation coming in, but it's coming in at a pace that you can handle. I don't think you're going to feel overwhelmed by this change. Okay, so final card here for, I feel like there should be more to this deck. Okay, so final card for pile two. And thanks so much for being here. I'm wishing you well. If you'd like to dive in deeper into a personal reading, my information is below if you'd like to book a one-on-one. Oh, nice. So the card says organic foods. And the message on the bottom says, Dear Archangel Raphael, thank you for supporting my desire to consume and use organic products. And what I'm feeling from this is that magician energy. I do believe that your spirit team is helping you to see what you have and how you can work with what you have, making the best of what you have. Setting yourself up for success, and success that is going to bring in greater health, greater wellness, happiness, joy, but also a lot of abundance. And I feel like the intention here with you guys is you want to share that abundance. So this is bringing in higher frequency energies, are coming in for you. You guys are just really stepping up your game, and I love that. So congratulations, pile two. It's almost like refining. This is like a refinement of all of the work that you've been putting into yourself, into your life. You're asking for more, you're wanting more, and the universe is responding to that. So congratulations. So if you like this video, please like it. And if you'd like to book a one-on-one, my info's below. Take care of yourselves, and we'll see you soon. Have a great week. Welcome in pile three. let's go ahead and see what your angels and guides want you to know at this time. I originally was going to do these readings as a weekly reading, looking at the energy of the upcoming week, but it feels like the messages that are wanting to come through are much bigger than just for 1 week ahead. So this is more of a timeless reading, but you can also use it to look at the energy of this upcoming week. And I'm recording this on July 7th, 2024, but it just feels like big energies are coming through, and your guides just have a lot to say. So welcome in. Thanks for being here. And this is a reading for those of you that picked pile 3. So we're going to go ahead and pull 6 cards. What does pile 3 need to know? What I will say is the energy here feels fairly light and joyful, which is always nice, right? So let's see what's going on with pile 3, a message for you at this time. And so far, I don't think I've introduced myself in any of the videos. I guess that's okay. So what do we have at the bottom of the deck? So the overall energy here is that of the King of Air, which I really love. The card says intelligent, impartial, respected, unemotional. We have the humpback whale. At this time, it's very important that you communicate clearly, be objective and unemotional, and act as professionally as possible. If you need advice, seek out the most experienced expert you can find. So we'll see what goes along with this, but it feels like you guys definitely have a plan of action. You have at least some really good ideas laid out. I love the King of Air energy because this is the energy of being very honest, being very truthful. It's no bullshit. You're seeing things for how they are. And let's see what else the cards have to say. So we've got the Eight of Water. Interesting. This has been an energy that's been coming up a lot in readings. And, you know, I feel like there's just really big shifts coming in. People are making big changes in their life, and I'm feeling that for you guys too. So we have the animal spirit of kangaroo, and the card says it's so easy to convince yourself that you're trapped when you really aren't. Trust that source will lift you to new heights and give you greater self-confidence if you affirm your freedom. And I love this because this is the energy of liberation. This is realizing that where you are or how you're feeling, you know, you're feeling stuck, it's stagnant energy, and you're just done with it. You're ready to move forward. And I feel like you guys have some ideas of how you might go about doing that, or how that might look. But I do really love that there seems to be an energy coming through for everybody at this time that is moving us out of stuck patterns, stuck emotions, stagnant. Like we're being moved. The universe is like shifting things for all of us. Very interesting. The next card we have is the Hermit. The card says Firefly. Take time for contemplation, to retreat and go within. Be a beacon for others on their path to spiritual enlightenment. And I feel like depending on, you know, where you are on your journey, on your path, you are either going out of your way to help lift other people up and to shine your light, shine your light brightly to help inspire others, or you are really kind of going within. The Hermit it's the energy of diving in to see what is going on in your inner landscape, what is going on at a soul level. You know, it's all kind of like all of the big questions. Why did I come here? What is my purpose? What am I doing? And then for those of you that, and then at some point the Hermit starts to figure that out, and he lights the way for others. So I feel like depending on where you are on your path, that's kind of the energy that we've got going on here. And I feel like because of this energy of feeling stagnant, feeling stuck, feeling maybe unfulfilled, it's kind of a lackluster energy that has become uncomfortable enough that you are now willing to dive deeper and ask the big questions that only you can answer. Um, let's see what else is going on here. We've got the Seven of Earth. I love this card. I love that cow's little face. It's so cute. So, Seven of Earth being represented by cow. It says the planning, resources, and efforts you've invested in your dream will reap great rewards. In the meantime, have patience and meditate on your next step. So I feel like you guys have been taking action to shift things. You've been investing in your future, investing in yourself. And this could, maybe this is just the energy of I've been doing all of this work and like I'm not seeing anything, nothing's coming from it. Where are the rewards? It's coming. So I feel like this is just a reminder to keep doing what you're doing. You are going to start to, reap those rewards. You'll see that harvest coming. But I also feel like there needs to be some flexibility here too. So follow your intuition. What are you being guided to maybe do differently? Or maybe you're being encouraged to add something else into your life or release something. So I feel like this is where your intuition is really going to come into play here. But the thing that I really love, again, remember the overall energy here is that of clarity because we've got the King of Air. So I do feel like you guys know exactly where you want to go. You might not know how to get there, but you know what you want. You've got some really solid ideas. Now, whether or not you are feeling empowered enough to act on those thoughts and ideas, I don't know. But I feel like you're coming from a very logical place. You're coming from a place of truth, and this is not a place of ego either. So I feel like you guys are, well, what I'm hearing is they have a good plan, they have a solid plan, but it's almost like taking that leap of faith. You're afraid to, there's a little bit of fear energy here, and maybe that's being worried about what other people might think or being criticized or judged by others. But listen to your intuition and take those next steps. Oh, awesome. So we have the Queen of Earth. So cute. So we've got the King of Air, we have the Queen of Earth, thoughtful, caring, creative. We've got, you're being represented by the Belgian hare. He will be given advice that's both practical and creative, and it should be followed precisely. Focus only upon the positive in every situation or person. And this is kind of the energy that I'm feeling, that following it precisely. I feel like you guys know how to get started with something or the new direction you want to take, but it's almost like you're hesitant to do it or you're hesitant to bring it in. And I feel like you guys have been given really precise instructions. You just need to follow it. And that's under the Eight of Air. So if you are feeling stuck or stagnant, just know that that is shifting. And this is also you reaping those rewards and seeing that harvest. So just know that that energy is coming in. Your hard work will pay off because you are open to doing things differently. You're open to, well, you're also open to put in the action too. And you're doing it from a really loving place. That's the other thing that I really love about this energy is it's not like you guys have a plan that is only going to bring you happiness and abundance. No, it's going to bless other people as well. And even though the overall energy of the read is the King of Air, which is very unemotional, you guys are very heart-centered. I feel a lot of loving energy here. And I feel like the reason why you're needing to pull back the emotions on your emotions a little bit is so that you can move forward without second guessing and criticizing yourself or being overly sensitive to what other people have to say. Nice. So we've got the Ace of Air. I love this underneath the Hermit. So the Ace of Air, the card says, Panda, implementation of your brilliant new idea may get off to a rocky start, but keep going. The challenges will help you refine your plan and reshape your goals into something even better. And that's totally what I'm feeling here. So you've got the Ace of Air. This is the Sword of Clarity. So after going within, getting clear, getting really honest, being very honest with yourself, and also being very honest with what isn't working, especially with that Eight of Water. What isn't working? What have you been trying to force, or what have you been trying to make happen, and it's just not happening? Set that aside for now and move on to the next thing. Try not to get caught up in the areas that you really, really want something to work in a certain way and it just isn't. And I'm feeling like for some of you, this is a relationship. Doesn't mean that it has to be over forever, but maybe you're just pausing it. You're stepping back from that. And maybe those are the energies that the Hermit is asking you to step back from, take a break from, pause. It doesn't have to end, but you need a different perspective. And once you have that, it's going to become very clear as to what direction you need to take. And then the last, oh, nice. I love that cat's little face. So we've got the Two of Earth being represented by the obsidian cat. You may be under stress because of multiple jobs or too many responsibilities for one person to manage. It's important to balance your work and personal life and bring a spirit of fun to all that you do. And I feel like this is just a reminder that you're not meant to do everything all at once. And if you are making big changes in your life, you're way better served by taking some things off of your plate. I also feel like this is just a reminder to make sure that you do have that work balance, relationship balance, and you're not being so, don't narrow your focus so that you are so pigeonholed that you're only focusing on one thing and you're putting all of your energy into one thing, because you'll get really burnt out. I'm also feeling with this Two of Earth, again, not to force things. Allow things to unfold in the time and space that they're going to unfold, because you can't force anything. And if you are trying to force something to happen, it's probably not meant to happen right now. It doesn't mean that it won't happen in the future, but it feels like there's something else that needs to happen before that thing can happen. So invest your energy wisely is what I would say here. But really beautiful reading. You've got some big changes coming in that are going to bring in a lot more satisfaction, happiness, abundance. This is new money coming in, a deeper awareness of yourself, where you are and what you want. Just you're just getting very clear on all areas of your life. And I think that's brilliant. So final card for pile number 3. Let's do one more card for pile number 3. What does pile number 3 need to know? And just sending you guys a lot of love and blessings. Wow, that really wanted to come out. So the card says, God of indulgence. It's all right. Stop beating yourself up. A little indulgence in balance is healthy. I would also say stop beating yourself up. But that's kind of what I'm feeling here with this Seven of Earth and this Two of Earth together. It's that forcing, trying to force something to happen, or trying to force yourself to be a particular way, or feeling really frustrated that you feel like you should be further along your path, or you should understand something better than you do, just know that maybe there's some pieces that haven't revealed themselves to you. But it's okay. And it's also okay to indulge in yourself. It's also okay to pull back, to tell people, you know what, I need some time for myself. It's okay to put yourself first. So really great message. Love the colors of that card as well. I love that red and magenta coming in. So beautiful reading. If there's an area of your life that you'd like to tap in into deeper, my info's below if you'd like to book a one-on-one. And I'm just sending you guys tons of love. Take care of yourself, and we'll see you soon.